Ready? Put your hand on your back. Try to feel your spine. Feel the way it starts at the bottom of your skull and goes all the way down to your tailbone. Feel all the vertebrae that make up your spine. Now, everybody's spine curves at least a little bit, but for some people, their spine curves a lot more than a little bit. And that abnormal curving of the spine is called scoliosis. Today, I'll be talking to you about the National Scoliosis Foundation. Here's their logo. And they are a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to helping everybody understand the complexities of scoliosis. So today I will be telling you about scoliosis and its treatments, the history of the National Scoliosis Foundation, and what the Scoliosis Foundation does. Now, I have scoliosis. I was diagnosed when I was 11, and I was treated with it, and I'll talk about that also as well. But that's why I'm so dedicated to this particular foundation. Now let's talk about what scoliosis is. There are three types of scoliosis. There's infantile scoliosis, which is ages 3 and under, juvenile scoliosis, which is ages 4 to 10, and adolescent scoliosis, which is ages 11 and up. And this information is from the PubMed Health website. It was published in 2011. And scoliosis is defined as a sideways curve of the spine. That is the definition given from the WebMD Health website. When you have scoliosis, your spine can be curved in the shape of a C or in the shape of an S. My spine looks like an S, as you can see. And these are some pictures from the orthopedic website. So your spine, instead of standing, everybody always says stand up straight, but it wouldn't necessarily apply if you have scoliosis. Now, scoliosis is somewhat hereditary. I asked my mom, Barb Gelb, if scoliosis was hereditary in my family because it's not always hereditary, but in my family it is. My mom has a very mild case of scoliosis, and my grandma has a little more severe scoliosis than my mom, but not as severe as mine, and as far as we know in my family, I have the most severe case. 1 out of 100 people in the general population has scoliosis, so that's a pretty big amount of people to have scoliosis, and it's 8 times more likely in girls. Dr. John Pope stated this in the PubMed Health article in 2011. And 10 out of 100 scoliosis patients will require treatment for their scoliosis. There are lots of different treatments for scoliosis. The one that I'm most familiar with is called a hard brace. It looks like this. It's made out of thermoplastic. This is from the Core Concepts website, and it's made out of thermoplastic. And it is very noticeable. If you wear it under clothes, you can still see it, and it's very non-flexible, so you can't really move a lot, but it's very helpful and it's very corrective, which is why it's such a popular treatment for scoliosis. The other kind of treatment is a soft brace, which looks like this, and this one is flexible and it's unnoticeable, but is also corrective. Another kind of treatment is surgery, which Dr. Ulrich discussed in a forum in 2011, and this involves steel rods that come together to fuse the spine, and it corrects it completely. And it's only recommended to patients with a 40-degree curve or more because it can be dangerous if your spine isn't curved too much. Another treatment is discussed in a 2010 article by the New York Times. It's a saliva test that can help notice if your spine is going to worsen, and this will help avoid overtreatment because some people are overtreated in scoliosis and they wear a brace for an abnormally long amount of time when in reality they really didn't have to go through all that treatment. So now you know about scoliosis and its treatments, so let's talk about the history of the National Scoliosis Foundation. In 1974, Laura B. Gowan was helping an Ethiopian student with a 147-degree curve. That is abnormally large. It is usually recommended that people with a 40-degree curve or larger have treatment, so 147 degrees is absolutely not good. And her desire to help led to the discovery of the National Scoliosis Foundation in 1976, and Ms. Gowan retired in 1992, but she still remains an honorary benefactor today. And one of the more interesting things about the National Scoliosis Foundation is that it always has been and is currently led by patients, which makes them even more dedicated to the cause. So now you know about the history of the National Scoliosis Foundation. Let's talk about what it does. The National Scoliosis Foundation is dedicated to helping patients and families understand scoliosis and how they can deal with it to make themselves lead a normal life. They offer education to school nurses and screening programs, which is very necessary because scoliosis patients need to make sure that they're able to not have their scoliosis go unnoticed. They also offer information and education to patients and their families. They offer videos, brochures, and training sessions, and they work with other societies like the Scoliosis Research Society to bring research on scoliosis to a higher plane. So summing up, we've talked about scoliosis and its treatments, the history of the National Scoliosis Foundation, and what the National Scoliosis Foundation does. So next time you feel your back, I hope that you also will think of the National Scoliosis Foundation. Thank you.